They're following you on Facebook. It's your family. That's your family. Welcome back, everybody. This is Josie Grouse Psychic Show, and today my guest is beautiful Katisha, who I love so much. And today we're going to dive into spirit messages and connect with the departed loved ones and angels and spirit guides. We'll explore the world of the spirit and communicate with the other side. Katisha, are you ready?
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so let's open the spirit gates, and the first person who steps forward is the grandfather figure. This is someone who is stepping forward with he was a skinny and tall guy, someone who shows himself as someone's being his very lean figure, but very he had some kind of a speech impairment. Something was going on with his speech. He was talking, but it's almost like mumbling the words as I'm kind of picking up. And he tells me he has good sons. So he's your dad's dad. He's your dad's father who is communicating with me right now. You just show I don't hear the words. I'm just looking at him, and he presents himself. He's wearing shirts, somehow like formal kind of shirt. Tells me that he was in the service business, but he was in some kind of like a service situation where he had to wear nicer clothes, where it wasn't for him to but he also was very, he said he was a gentleman. He was a very gentleman. He respected people. He was just gentleman. That's the exact word that I'm hearing. He died at the age of 75, he says, around 75. He had 8 children. He had 8 children. And he could fix shoes. He tells me that he was like a shoemaker. He had a gift of fixing people's shoes. And he would either fix them for other people because he would charge it for, as a job or some kind of a hobby that he had. He had them all, and he had nails in his teeth, and he'll take the nail and that's what he shows me. He said that he had it was just several marriages that he had. That's just the way he phrased it. I just don't want to say it out loud. He had several marriages. Let's just put it this way. But he's such a happy spirit, and he's so proud of you. He's proud of your son. He's proud of you, what you have made out of him. And he's like the spirit. And is it like Michelle or Michael or some name that is coming through that he's mentioning?
It might be one of his friends. I'm not sure.
He's pointing at your son. He's telling me like your kid's someone else's name. It's like
his uncle's name is Mike. My son's uncle's name is Michael.
Okay. Is your son close with him? Is it like a father figure to your son?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's it. It's like, I feel like there's a lot of male influence in him, and he's got a real good, he's a good boy because he studies, he learns. He's like, now he writing things. This is so good. He's serious.
Yeah.
He's serious. He's got things under control because he's writing things. He's really getting what's necessary. It's so funny. He's got, are you reading poems right now? Are you interested in this kind of like writing poems?
I journal a little bit and I read poetry.
He's joking, but he says your art is cooking. Yeah, you really good feel like you meditate when he says when you're cooking, you have your television so loud. It's like you're cooking, but you're like, watching, either you're watching the news or you have your television set on highest, so you hear everything they're saying.
I do that.
And he also saying there were a lot of kind of internet. You needed to reset the internet. You had to pull like the the company to help you with fixing the internet, just to help you with the connection.
Okay.
Does this make sense?
That happened yesterday.
All right. So, but it's not, he says there's something goes underneath your house. Either it's like, feels like the earth is shaking. Either you're close to like a train track or some kind of like,
Yeah, it's a BART system is like right by my apartment complex. So it's like a like transportation, like the train to get back and forth.
because to me it feels like the earth is shaking.
And I'm in California too.
Right. And your dad is on the other side too. He crossed?
Yes.
Yeah. So he's showing me the grave, which tells me that he was buried.
Yes.
And he's buried with two women. One is his mother, and then the other one, is your mom passed too?
No.
Okay. There's another woman that's on the same kind of space there.
So I'm not too close with my dad's family. Like I just started getting in contact with him, with my dad's family.
See, that's everybody's coming through are your dad's family. I don't know why spirits would do it, because I know what spirits would do it, because you will not know any of the details that I'm giving you. The fun thing about these details is that you can go and ask someone and they will verify these details. So you know that's okay, that's a real conversation. If you had them all figured out, it would take the magic out of this experience. It would not be so, kind of like, wow, that was really them. So you'll have almost, you come to the point of being a skeptic, to the point of like, well, there's a possibility that they were there. Now your dad shows me that he says that he was not a happy person. Like he always felt like he could not just make it. He felt like nothing is ever good for him, or he was never good enough for him. No, he wasn't good enough for other people. He had stomach problems. He had so many things in his life that he was really sort of battling on day-to-day basis, and he did not allow people to come in too close. He was very kind of, once he gets people close enough, he will have to let them go, because he does not know how to connect with people. He's not asking for forgiveness, because he feels like from the place where he was at the time, he wasn't even conscious of anything. He was almost asleep his entire life. And he said he had a mom who was very kind of hardcore, who was never able to love him. He was always kind of feel like he did not deserve love. And this started almost from his mom, and his mom had to take care of so many things that love was not shown to him. And he said because he grew up like a dog, almost like everybody kicked him out of the house. And he said it was like made me more angrier. It made me sadder. It made me just bitter. He used to drink. He used to put things in his body that he's not happy about. And once that life was over, and he passed from an illness, he was like some kind of like a health situation that eventually took his life.
Yeah, stomach cancer.
And he said that he had was happy to go. He was kind of a happy to go, because it was like he felt like he was just tired of life. He was not contributing or experiencing, or was just able to even give to others. And he says you cannot give to others, Katisha, what you don't have. So he did not have the love to give. So that was that situation. And he also said that is it true that he pierced your ears?
I don't know. I must have been a baby.
He said he had like a needle, and he just like put this and then just made holes in your ears. At what point in time you became aware of your ears being pierced? Do you remember the time when you had like were
No.
ears pierced? Oh, my dad did this with a nail. You know, my grandfather used to put them in the shoes, but now I can put them in your ears. This is really interesting. All right, so I'm keeping him here, and let's see what else happens.
Okay.
Your choice of military is it's kind of it's what the family wanted you to do. It's the family choice.
Yeah. It's
And
everyone's in the military.
and you there was somebody by the name George who's in your it's in your family was related to military.
Yeah. My uncle Josie, they were both in the military. My grandfather was in the military, my mom's dad. So kind of just did the same thing.
That's good. It's I feel like there's also like a patriotic duty. It's there's a really good sense like I love my country, and I feel like this is not like a job. This comes from the real love for the country, you know, for doing the right things for the right reasons. So I feel that's what was their driving force. Um, and they were very kind of committed. It was like a lifetime. It was not just a job. It was like a full-time commitment. There's someone's birthday is in May.
Yeah, a lot of family. I have a lot of family's birthdays in May.
Okay, so that's the type of family that's trying to communicate with me right now. And is this your grandmother on your mom's side?
Mm-hmm.
Is it all of them are coming together? Because I feel like there are all on the other side. I feel like they really want you to reach out to other people. I feel like they want you to stay connected with the family, because it feels like you're isolated. I feel like you are removed from the family on purpose. It's like I would
Yeah.
much rather be out there. But there are so many people in your environment who want to be around you, like who want to get to know you, who feel very friendly about you. And he says they're following you on Facebook, because he shows me Facebook. It's like they're following you on Facebook. Yes, your family. That's your family. And there's somebody's name that sounds like yours, but to me it's like Trisha. Someone's with kind of sounds like your name, but
This is my sister-in-law. Her name is Patricia, but they call her Trish.
Trish. Okay. So that's also the type of the family that is coming in as well. So like, and sometimes spirits, they're just different spirits with a different vibration. They have a way of connecting with you and multiple other people. So it's just a way for them to just pass the message on into the world of the living. Is it true you're afraid of the bees?
I don't like bees.
Was like an accident where you got almost stung, either stung by the bee, or
Yeah.
it,
Yes.
it, it was pretty bad, and it was like a traumatic event. There's this one meal that you guys used to make all the time, and it was like their favorite. It was like one thing that you would get. Everybody had a version of that one dish. And I feel it's not a pie, but it's kind of like a stew with some stewed vegetables or something like that you had.
Gumbo.
And he said, well, not he, because it's, as I said, it's just a collection of all of them. He said, you need to put paprika in there. The secret to this is paprika. Is this true? Is this true? Is paprika?
I don't know. I never put paprika in there, but it's I think it's gumbo, like a certain dish. Like you put seafood and different types of meat, and you put it over rice. It's kind of like a stew, but you know, soup.
But it was just everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
Everybody loved it and was like, we're making that. And I get a vibe. It was not an easy life for them, but they were happy. You
Yeah.
know, they could manage a lot of things that they were managing were really about family. Just really about community. And I feel like they're mostly women. It's majority of them are just have like kind of like a feminine spirit who like very communal, like very much related to one another in a really good way.
Yeah.
um Allow yourself to dream. That's what they're saying. It's like go beyond just surviving, or go beyond just what's necessary or what's possible. Just go beyond that and just dream. Just become a
Yeah.
dreamer and see what happens. I see you speaking with angels because angels are just very closely connected with you. Like they have they're with you. It's almost like you hold them with your energy. It's like you stay here, stay here. You heard me. I just you go nowhere. You stay here, and they're very, very, very protective.